turn now to the new trouble involving NFL star Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
His mother-in-law calling the cops after an incident involving his wife and the couple's baby.
My grandparents, they was like, hey, slow down now. Slow down. And I didn't listen.
Tyreek Hill never learned how to slow down.
Here goes Hill. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
And for most of his life, he didn't have to. Records, contracts, controversy, whatever followed him, he always found another gear.
He's got him. He's got Hill. And they've got a touchdown. Oh, he smoked him.
But then on a Monday night in Miami, Tyreek was finally forced to slow down.
This is about as catastrophic of an injury as one can suffer. The knee, it's not kneecap dislocation, it's knee dislocation. It could be all the ligaments, it's certainly the ACL, and it's at least a year, it might be 2 years, and it might be his career.
However, 11 years before his knee stopped him in Miami, long before he became the fastest player in football, Tyreek was one of the fastest teenagers in the world.
Tyreek Hill crushing it right now. Oh my goodness, 19, 20, oh my God. Oh my God.
Tyreek was raised by his grandparents in Pearson, Georgia, a town of barely more than 2,000 people.
I grew up in a small town. My grandparents, they did a great job of raising me and just believing in who I am as a person and as a player.
His family recognized his speed almost as soon as he could walk. They also understood how difficult it would be for anyone outside Pearson to see it. So during Hill's freshman year, they moved him 20 minutes away to Coffee High School, hoping a larger athletic program would give him more exposure. And by his senior year, it had.
Representing Hillgrove, Demetrius Duggins, Tyreek Hill in 4 from Coffee County, Amba Etatawo from McKeechee.
Hill won state championships in the 100 meters, the 200, and the long jump. Then he ran the 200 in 20.14 seconds, the second fastest time in American high school history.
Here, lanes 4 and 5. Amba Etatawo in 5.
Wow.
Look at Tyreek Hill, Coffee County, in lane 4.
He did it.
And he goes sub 21, 20.94.
Later that summer, he won bronze in the 200 meters and gold with Team USA's relay squad at the World Junior Championships. But he hadn't given himself that same head start in the classroom.
I was just bull jiving. Typical high school guy. Yeah, I just didn't apply myself in school until I realized that I actually had the opportunity in front of me.
Tyreek routinely skipped class, failed Georgia's graduation test, and never walked across the stage with his classmates.
So they recommended this JUCO called Garden City Community College.
In Kansas?
In Kansas, okay. all these schools. They was like, go to Garden City, run track there, and then you can transfer to us once you get your grades up.
It took him a while to adjust to being away from home, but he would ultimately play football and continue running track, and finally began applying himself in the classroom. And he later graduated with a 3.5 GPA. And by the end of his second season, the offers returned. Alabama, Florida State, USC, Oklahoma, Texas.
You know what I'm saying? I balled out at Garden City, and I ended up committing to go to Oklahoma State, went to Oklahoma State for a year.
A program with the offense to use his speed and a newly rebuilt track program that allowed him to continue pursuing both sports. And once he arrived in Stillwater, it looked as if nothing could close it again.
A lot of Cowboy fans really excited about the opener, as you might expect, but I think sort of really close second would be excited to see what Tyreek Hill does for the Cowboys. He's the most talked about guy out there, I think, except for maybe quarterbacks.
Oklahoma State never really gave him one position. Hill carried the ball, caught passes, returned kicks. By the end of the season, he had accumulated 1,811 all-purpose yards. But the play that defined his year came against Oklahoma. With Oklahoma State trailing rival Oklahoma in the final minute, he returned a punt 92 yards for the tying touchdown.
This is a high wobbly kick. Hill makes the catch at the 10, left side, Hill to the 20, 25, 30, Hill down the left sideline, 40, and Hill's on the loose. There goes the cheetah, Tyreek Hill, 10-5, pistols firing, touchdown Oklahoma State, Tyreek Hill.
The Cowboys would eventually win in overtime.
It didn't feel real at the time. I was crying tears of joy, so it didn't feel real.
It should have been the moment that launched his career, but 5 days later, it nearly ended it. Have you ever noticed that a lot of guys just accept feeling tired the older they get? Here's the thing, testosterone, it can decline 1 to 3% after the age of 40. That can show up in many things like low energy, stubborn body fat, losing muscle, low motivation. So if you're curious about what's actually going on, you should check out Hone Health. They make it easy to get a complete picture of your health. You order a test, schedule a blood draw at a local lab, and they analyze 50 plus biomarkers, including testosterone, health, heart, metabolism, and more. After that, you meet with the licensed physician over a video to go through your results and ask questions.
Now, I'm not a medical professional,
but Hone Health connects you with the licensed physician who will discuss the benefits and risks of treatment. If appropriate, they'll build a personalized treatment plan, and any prescribed medications are shipped right to your door.
Getting older doesn't mean you have to feel worse. You can get started with just $50.
Use the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to learn more.
Thanks, Hone Health, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into the story.
Tyreek Hill was brought here to the Payne County Jail. His arrest comes just 1 week after he was the hero of the Bedlam game.
Hill was arrested following an altercation with his pregnant girlfriend at the time.
An arrest warrant gives the brutal details. Tyreek Hill's girlfriend tells police an argument in Hill's apartment turned physical. This afternoon, Tyreek Hill went before a judge in Stillwater. Appearing on a video monitor, the judge ordered him to have no contact with his girlfriend.
Tyreek later entered a guilty plea to domestic assault and battery by strangulation under a deferred sentence. Oklahoma State would immediately dismiss him from football and track programs. For most players, that would have been it. But Hill's ability made things a little less black and white.
So once I got dismissed, I had to move all the way back home. I didn't have no plan of going to school.
Me and my granddad was going to work like at 5 o'clock in the morning at this wood mill, you know what I'm saying? And I had got comfortable with that for a whole year. Some weeks went by and I got a call from Tennessee, so.
I drive literally 8 hours to go to Tennessee, from South Georgia all the way to Tennessee. I get all the way up there.
And I'm like, yeah, y'all, I'm here. It was like, yeah, about that. We sorry that we told you to drive here. We don't think we can let you into this college.
So as believe this or not, as I'm driving home, I get another call from West Alabama.
West Alabama's coach Brett Gilliland initially rejected the idea of bringing Hill into the Division II program after reading the police reports. But after speaking with Hill, his former coaches and longtime mentor, Gilliland reconsidered.
So the coach called me, he's like, Reed, you ready to play some football? Athletic director, the president, and the head coach, they all on the phone. Yeah, come on, we want you. So I...
And we need to feel like, offense like, defense like, he score like, score like, need to feel like.
West Alabama created a support structure around him. Tyreek continued his court-ordered counseling and reportedly met with the university's Title IX coordinator each week. It was his second chance.
Adversity will always hit at any time in the football game, so we practice long hours on the field to prepare ourselves for that kind of situation.
He would go on to complete one season at West Alabama, scoring 4 touchdowns as a kick and punt returner. But he wasn't invited to the NFL Combine, and most projections expected him to go undrafted. But then the scouts watched him run. Representatives from all 32 NFL teams reportedly visited West Alabama during Hill's season, because even though speed couldn't erase what Hill had done, it could make teams hesitate before closing the door completely.
With the 165th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, Kansas City Chiefs select Tyreek Hill, wide receiver, West Alabama.
Kansas City said it had conducted an extensive investigation, speaking with Hill's coaches, family members, and the prosecutor who handled the case. The organization believed the work he had done since his arrest justified another opportunity.
Coach Reed, he's real honest and upfront with you. He was just like, you know, like when you come here, make sure you understand the situation that you're in.
Right.
You feel me? We gave a small town kid an opportunity, and I don't want you to mess that up.
Now, whether he had changed or not couldn't be measured with a stopwatch. But the reason Kansas City was willing to find out, it could. And they were about to find out what happened when the speed learned how to become a receiver.
2 set of downs for Kansas City from the Saints 38. As Smith goes deep to the end zone, and the catch is made for a touchdown by Tyreek Hill.
In November 2016 against Denver, Tyreek scored 3 different ways. On a kickoff return, a rushing attempt, and a reception.
He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Defense, special teams, Kansas City with a big stretch to take the lead.
He became the first player since Gale Sayers in 1965 to accomplish all 3 in one game. By the end of his rookie season, Hill had scored 12 touchdowns despite starting only once. He reached the end zone as a receiver, runner, kick return, punt returner, becoming the first player in the Super Bowl era to do all 4 in the same season. That Kansas City draft risk was now a unanimous first-team All-Pro.
When I look at what the Kansas City Chiefs have been able to do, you look at the draft, 5th-round pick. He was a running back who has made the transition to being a wide receiver.
In 2017, the Chiefs expanded his role. He caught 75 passes for 1,183 yards and established himself as one of the NFL's most dangerous deep threats.
But the one guy that I really could say that really helped me get to where I am right now, man, Kelsey. He really put his arms around me and really taught me the way, man. Like, we all know you fast. We all know you got God given this and that. But there's a certain way you got to play this game. There's a certain time you can use all that.
Then the Chiefs gave him a quarterback capable of reaching every inch of the field.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes, the second quarterback.
Mahomes threw 50 touchdown passes during his first season as a starter, and the Chiefs scored 565 points, the third highest total in NFL history at the time.
Sidestepping, fires for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes breaking the record of Lenny the Cool Dawson 55 years ago.
Tyreek produced 1,479 receiving yards, breaking the Chiefs' single-season record. Caught 12 touchdowns and led the NFL in receptions of at least 25 yards. Before turning 25, Tyreek had already scored 16 touchdowns from at least 50 yards away. But just as he appeared to outrun his past, it caught back up to him.
We're going to go now to some breaking news involving a Kansas City Chiefs player and investigations into child abuse and battery.
In March 2019, authorities began investigating injuries suffered by his 3-year-old son.
He is terrified of you.
You need to be terrified of me too.
Tyreek denied causing the injuries, and so did the mom. Neither of them were criminally charged because the prosecutor said the available evidence didn't allow them to determine who was responsible. But after a recording surfaced, the Chiefs barred him from team activities.
We're going to continue to gather the information, evaluate the information, and then, as I said yesterday, we'll make the right decision.
The NFL officially announced that it couldn't conclude Hill had violated its personal conduct policy. He wasn't suspended, and Kansas City allowed him to return.
If you listen to the full entire 11-minute audio and not just the clips that were chopped up, the NFL believed that there was different context and determined that it could not find evidence that Tyreek Hill actually assaulted his son as he was accused of doing.
Soon after, the Chiefs signed him to a 3-year extension worth $54 million.
There's also a $5.8 million signing bonus, making Tyreek Hill one of the highest paid wideouts in professional football. As big as this deal is, there continues to be speculation what happened to Hill during the offseason probably cost him an even bigger contract now.
Once again, football resumed. And months later, Tyreek helped deliver the biggest moment Kansas City had experienced in half a century.
Launches down the middle. Hill open, caught. And they get it, Kansas City, the big play.
Kansas City scored 21 unanswered points and defeated San Francisco 31-20. And Tyreek finished with 9 catches for 105 yards.
Chiefs are Super Bowl champions here in Miami as they win it here in Super Bowl 54.
And the success continued. In 2020, Hill caught 15 touchdown passes and scored 17 times overall, and the Chiefs returned to the Super Bowl.
Andy Reid, you've got a chance now to go get a second ring and go back-to-back yourself.
Across 6 seasons in Kansas City, Tyreek accumulated 6,630 receiving yards and 56 touchdown catches. He made the Pro Bowl every year, played in 2 Super Bowls, and became inseparable from the beginning of the Mahomes era. But by 2022, Tyreek's speed had created a different kind of problem. He outplayed his contract.
Out comes the fact that Tyreek Hill's pissed at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are basically not wanting to pay him, I guess, all those Devontae Adams dollars, I guess. And then the news comes out that he's wanting a trade, and the Chiefs are like, go ahead and seek it. And it looks like that might be happening today.
The Chiefs and Hill couldn't agree on another extension. So rather commit to the money required to keep him, the Chiefs traded him.
It is now official. The Chiefs are trading Tyreek to the Dolphins. Here's the good news. For five picks.
The Dolphins immediately gave him a 4-year extension worth $120 million. Now, Miami was betting that everyone had been asking the wrong question. Not whether Tyreek could remain dangerous without Mahomes. but how much faster he might look in an offense designed entirely around him.
God bless me and my family with this beautiful opportunity, so that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking forward.
Mike McDaniel wanted to build something different. He understood that Hill's speed didn't only matter when the ball was in the air. It affected defenses before the play ever began. The first real demonstration of that came during week 2.
Tua going deep. Oh, he's got Hill! He's got Hill! That is 6!
Twice, Hill got behind the defense for long touchdowns.
He's got him! He's got him! Tyreek Hill! And the Dolphins have come back 60 yards!
That game offered the first answer to the question that had followed Hill out of Kansas City. Without Andy Reid's offense or Patrick Mahomes, could he still be the same player?
Shortest distance on a third down. They try to go the distance, and they will! Cheat code again! Tyreek touchdown!
But Miami's offense also revealed how precise the entire operation had to be.
And Tua, he's woozy.
Personal foul.
Oh my goodness.
Defense number 58.
Tua suffered multiple concussions and missed 4 regular season games.
Somebody need to be fired. Now, I don't know who. I don't care what anybody says. I don't want to hear anything about a back. I didn't see him hold his back. I didn't see him put his arms in his back. Not one time Sunday. I saw him get up. I saw that gross mobile instability. He got up, and he damn near collapsed right back down.
Tyreek's first season in Miami had proven the concept. The next would test his limits. Before the 2023 season, Tyreek announced his goal publicly.
You breaking 2,000 yards next year?
I will break 2,000 yards next year, bro.
He began the season with 215 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Chargers. 2 weeks later, Miami scored 70 points against Denver.
Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic Hill. He's in for 6. Tyreek Hill, touchdown.
By early December, Miami was 9-3, and Tyreek had accumulated 1,481 yards. He was leading the league, playing in the NFL's most explosive offense and still on pace to reach the mark he had called before the season. That's until Tennessee happened.
There's Hill behind the line of scrimmage. They'll get him penned in, and they'll drag him down for a loss. Coming up to make the play was Sean Murphy Bunting, and Tyreek is on the field and looks to be in pain.
He would return before the season ended, although the ankle continued to limit.
How you feeling health-wise? How you feeling to be back out there?
Feels good, man. Feels amazing to be back out there with the guys. I told him, man, every day is a blessing to be, to be able to step on the field.
He finished with 119 receptions, 13 touchdowns, and the NFL-leading 1,799 receiving yards, 201 short of the number he had called for. By almost any standard, it was a historic season. Hill became the first player to produce multiple 1,700-yard receiving seasons and had proven beyond a doubt that his greatness had traveled with him from Kansas City. But Miami was beginning to move in the opposite direction. And for the first time, there were signs that maintaining that speed required everything around him and everything with him to remain perfect.
Court documents just released this afternoon reveal new allegations against Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill.
Well, the man who says that he was slapped by Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill has hired an attorney, and the surveillance video of the incident could soon be made public.
New legal troubles for Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill, a social media influencer, a model. She says that Hill intentionally broke her leg.
Because for most of Tyreek Hill's career, chaos had followed a familiar pattern. Something happened away from football, his name filled the headlines, then Sunday arrived. Hill would have a great game and change the subject without ever having to address it directly. Miami was no exception.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 Damn. What part of product do you understand?
Now to the situation that developed before kickoff in Miami on Sunday. Police yesterday released body camera footage of Dolphins star receiver Tyreek Hill being pulled from his car and forced to the pavement after he was pulled over on his way to Hard Rock Stadium.
Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery in your ears when we told you to put your window down. Bro, chill, bro.
One of the officers involved was placed on administrative duty while the department opened an internal investigation. Within hours, Hill was inside the stadium. And once again, Tyreek had taken the story surrounding him and outran it.
Instead the block, and he's going deep. He's got Hill. Foot race. Driving. That is 6. Oh, he's a ghost! 80-yard touchdown!
He finished with 130 yards and Miami won 2017.
What happened?
I've been trying to figure that out too, man. Right now, I'm still trying to put it all together. So I'm not gonna give you a version that I still don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
The pattern still worked. But 4 days later, Tua suffered another concussion against Buffalo.
He took a shot to the head on the tackle there, and he is shaken up. Oh, this is not good for Tua, who has a history of concussions.
Without Tua, the structure that had made Hill nearly impossible to defend began collapsing. He could still run and still draw coverage, but catches that once appeared effortless became more difficult, and contact carried a different cost. For the first time in literally years, Tyreek had reached the end of a season without controlling where the story went.
How do you feel about not getting to 1,000 yards this season?
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's life, man. You know, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here or that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. You know, so it was great playing here, but
one bad season shouldn't change who he is, right? He could still separate, still make the league back up. All he needed was just to keep running. But no matter how much he ran, he couldn't outrun the cycle.
Police responding to a domestic dispute at the home of Miami Dolphin star Tyreek Hill.
His mother-in-law calling the cops after an incident involving his wife and the couple's baby.
For most of his career, his performance had been loud enough to overwhelm everything else. But after the first losing season of his career, 2025 became more of the same. Miami fell to 0-3. So in week 4, the Dolphins returned home for a Monday night game against the Jets, searching for their first victory. And for Tyreek, this game was the first real opportunity to make the season feel familiar again. That's when everything changed.
It's not something that anybody wants to see. Tyreek Hill loaded on a cart, went at the Jets sideline. The Jets trainers very quickly rushed over there, made the catch, and his left leg came down awkwardly.
For nearly a decade, Tyreek's career had depended on his body doing things other bodies couldn't. Now, it couldn't even carry him off the field.
This is about as catastrophic of an injury as one can suffer. The knee, it's not kneecap dislocation, it's knee dislocation, and it's at least a year, it might be 2 years, and it might be his career.
Hill underwent surgery the following day. Doctors repaired the damage in a single procedure, and his agent immediately identified the start of the 2026 season as the goal. But there was no guarantee. Tyreek was 31 years old with a game built on acceleration, sharp changes of direction, and the ability to separate in the instant before a defender could react. That injury had damaged the structures responsible for all three. So all Tyreek could do was begin rehab and wait.
Some breaking, developing news happening right now on this Monday afternoon.
We definitely do, out of the NFL, where the Dolphins are releasing wide receiver Tyreek Hill. That's per multiple reports. This is something that I think we all ultimately feared after he suffered that massive knee injury.
His time with the Dolphins was over, but his rehab wasn't.
Now you got to sit back and reflect. Yeah. Because a lot of who we are when we playing athletes is Tyreek Hill, the football player. Yeah. Now he got to be Tyreek Hill, the man. Tyreek Hill, the son, the father. Yeah. And so those things takes precedence now over the football player.
For most of his life, Tyreek measured progress through distance, how far he could run, how quickly he could leave everyone else behind him. But that distance that now defines his story can't be measured by a stopwatch. It's the distance between the player he became and the person he's trying to become. One of those can be crossed in seconds, but the other one begins only when he stops running.
I love playing football. I love it, man, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot on you mentally, it takes a lot on you physically, and like I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I need to have a conversation with mom, family, everybody. Like, hey, what?